Mary is a young college student in Texas. Mary finds out she is pregnant and she is not ready to be a mother. So she goes to her local Planned Parenthood where she learns she will not be able to terminate her pregnancy due to a recent law passing. She is left with two choices: continue her unwanted pregnancy to full term or find some sort of loophole, like a medically unsafe abortion. These are two high-risk options, both with potentially devastating results. The following topic is something I have spent hours researching and discussing, something I have always been passionate about, and I'm always educating myself on it. Today I will be discussing the problems women face in healthcare. Next, I will discuss the cause of these problems, most recently Texas's abortion ban. Lastly, I will discuss ways that we, as a country and as individuals, can help secure women's healthcare rights. First, let's look at the glaring issues. Women are disproportionately and negatively affected by the healthcare system, especially women of color. On average, women have lower incomes than men, but require more health care during their lifetime. This includes reproductive, maternity, and preventative health care. The article, The Impact Poverty Has on Women's Health, written by Gretchen Borchelt on the website AmericanBar.org, states that more than 16 million women lived in poverty in 2016. Almost 22% of those women were Black, and 1 in 4 women delayed or even went without medical care due to high costs. As a result, maternal mortality is unacceptably high. According to the article Maternal Mortality, published by the World Health Organization on September 19, 2019, globally, almost 295,000 women died during childbirth and pregnancy in 2017, most of which could have been prevented. One major cause of maternal mortality is unsafe abortion, which accounts for 45% of all abortions performed. 94% of these unsafe abortions were performed in low-income areas. Another unfortunate result is the lack of support and concern of victims of sexual assault and incest. Approximately 3 million women in the U.S. have become pregnant following a rape. As stated in the article, Texas abortion laws harm survivors of rape and incest, activists say, written by Ashley Lopez and published on the website khn.org on November 17, 2021. There are countless psychological and physical effects with limited resources, if any resources are offered at all. All of these issues point to one major cause: restrictive laws on women's health. Now let's look at the cause of these issues. The biggest issue would be the abortion bans that are being placed into law, such as in Texas just this year. The law passed, known as SB 8, bans abortions after a heartbeat is detected, just at the 6-week mark. Most women find out they're pregnant at approximately 5.5 weeks or later, as cited in the article Trends in Pregnancy Timing Awareness Among U.S. Women, written by Catherine Ahern and Amy Branham, published in the Maternal and Child Health Journal on April 21, 2017. This gives women very little time to plan ahead or come up with resources. Texas's abortion ban is notably the most restrictive ban in the United States in decades. There are no exceptions for victims of sexual assault and incest, and rules around medical exemptions are purposefully unclear. According to the article, the Texas abortion ban has a medical exemption, but some doctors worry it's too narrow to use, written by Carolyn Kitchener for the Lilly.com on October 22, 2001. Doctors are turning away patients with medical emergencies such as ectopic pregnancies, which is a life-threatening condition, due to concern about breaking this law. The law makes it unclear when medical intervention is okay and when it's not. SB 8 is insulated from federal court and citizens are left to be the enforcers. The enforcement of this law is left up to the public citizens, and they are encouraged by a $10,000 incentive to report practicing doctors and abortion patients. This means clinics will be buried in court cases and legal fees and forced to shut down. This will especially affect low-income areas where help is already limited. Texas's abortion ban is just a recent example of lawmakers stripping women of their rights. So, how do we fix this? The question is, how do we fix this? First, Congress must establish abortion as a constitutional right. The Women's Health Protection Act of 2021, also known as WHPA, is a bill that has been introduced to Congress with strong support but has not yet been passed. According to Texas state legislature, WHPA states its purpose as to, quote, protect a person's ability to determine whether to continue or end a pregnancy, unquote. Supporters of SB 8 claimed it would cut abortion by 85%, but they were wrong. The number of safe abortions performed in Texas was only cut by 50%. And this does not account for unsafe abortions that were not reported. According to the article, Texas's abortion restriction law cut procedures by half in September, study finds, written by Neelam Bohora and published on the Texas Tribune on November 2nd, 2021, Planned Parenthoods in surrounding states saw a 1,082% increase in abortion patients with Texas zip codes. We, the people, need to speak up and make our voices heard. One way to help support WHPA and find out if your legislators co-sponsor the act. If not, reach out to them and ask them to support it. As seen on the handout, Calaveras County Senator Andreas Borges does not support WHPA. Reach out to him and ask him why not. According to his website, his contact number is 916-651-4008. Now let's summarize what we just discussed. Today I spoke to you about the issues regarding women's health care rights. I spoke about the Texas abortion ban and its effects. Lastly, I spoke about the solutions to the issue and how we can all help. It is important that we view abortion like we do any other healthcare procedure. To do so, we need to support bills like WHPA. We need to reach out to our representatives and we need to create conversation. Abortion should not be a taboo subject as it affects so many people in the United States and around the world. People like Mary are put through these unnecessary situations every day. Mary is not just a woman, she is your neighbor, your friend, your family member.